What's going on? A long time no see. I haven't written an article in a while, I haven't done a video, but I'm very overwhelmed, but I'm doing a special edition video here. It is 6:07 in the morning. Actually, I'm running late to go to work, but I wanted to let you know it's a big day because tonight is the night that I deadlift 400 pounds for the first time. It took a long time to get here. I hope to talk about it later on. I'm not going to be able to do it on the bus or the train, but sometime I'm going to make an attempt to talk about it. It's happening tonight.
Come back, I need you. Come on.
What's going on? It is around 3:50 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, and it is snowing outside, although it's not as bad as it was. And I just missed a cute train to get me closer to home because all I want to do tonight is deadlift 400 pounds for the first time ever in my existence. So, what took so long to get this way? What took so long to get to this point? I should have been there a year ago. Well, if you watch a few of my last videos, I had mentioned that I had torn cartilage in my wrist. So what exactly got me to this point? Why now? Well, this all goes back to when I tore my cartilage in my right wrist back in December 2017, right before Christmas. I was unable to do anything with this hand for quite a few months between recovery from this being delayed or extended because someone assaulted me on my job, and this hyperextended when that happened. The actual assault was far worse than this, trust me, but of course this had to pay the price for it. So when I started training again, I want to say the end of March 2018, last year, I was training the Mark Ripto starting strength model. I did just deadlift, squat, bench press, and overhead press for 3 sets of 5. And I made sure that my technique was down pat, and within 2 months my deadlift was back to 325 pounds and my squat was back to 290 within 2 months. That's incredible. Muscle memory is a beautiful thing also, but it also gave me a chance to figure out things I was doing wrong with my technique as far as deadlift is concerned. One more thing that happened is back in September, you might remember my previous video, I was talking about the benefits of full body routines, and I decided that the best way to start every full body routine would be to do hyperextensions. No, back extensions. That's a story for another time, but I do not feel like hyperextensions is the best title for that exercise. Mostly because you're not supposed to be hyperextending anything. A hyperextension is an unnatural movement. But I decided that back extensions were the best way to warm up the lower back and strengthen it before doing anything else to avoid injury more than anything else. In fact, if you're doing the back extension correctly, the movement stops. You ascend your back to midline with your legs. You're not just training your glutes and hamstrings, you're also working out your lower back. Therefore, that's what I've been doing, and I've been doing that with a resistance band to warm up, and then later on I started adding weight. As of a few weeks ago, I did back extensions with 60 pounds for the first time and with a resistance band. And why did I use the resistance band? To add extra tension, which forces me to work faster. It's therefore speed, which is very beneficial when you squat and deadlift. And before I knew it, not only was my lower back stronger, and lower back equals better core strength, even though you still have to work out your your abs, I was able to deadlift 380 pounds recently for a single and 370 for 3, which means that I feel like I shouldn't have too much of a problem deadlifting 400 pounds tonight. So, am I ready to do this? Physically, I think I'm. Mentally, ooh, I'm a little jittery. First of all, I'm a little thrown off because of this. Second of all, I'm just worried about what's going to happen when I get in there. Most of my stuff is pretty much ready to go. I just have to switch things out of my little knapsack here, my Under Armour knapsack, and then I have to get my belt, get one or two things ready. I have a little snack ready that I'm going to eat on the bus. I guess this is the typical powerlifter thing to do. So, yes or no, Pop-Tarts. Hey guys on Instagram, am I a powerlifter yet? This does have about 420 calories. Forget everything else. 420 calories, 73 grams total of carbs. 73. I shouldn't have a problem at all, especially if that's the second thing I'm doing, the first thing I'm doing after the back extensions. I have to stop calling them hyper extensions. It's an old habit, obviously. Well, I'll talk later. Here comes my train, and the last thing I want to do is look like a weirdo on the train. Alright, just a few more thoughts before I head out to go to the gym. It is now 5:53. I got home about 20 minutes ago. I got changed. I got my drinks ready. All I have to do really is foam roll and then head out. So, this is a big night for me, by the way. I have dextrose powder in this gallon bottle of water, 3 scoops plus a little bit of salt, sea salt. And then in this little container here is half filled with pre-workout. The pre-workout I use is Pulse by Legion with how many grams of caffeine does it have again? It has I can't find it. 350 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous. I take 2 scoops because it's recommended if you're training for more than an hour. So that's 700 milligrams of caffeine. I'm exhausted right now. I'm going to drink this when I get to the gym, and I'm going to be freaking wired. Oh, man. So anyway, a few things I want to talk about. This is a big night for me. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. I don't care that it's snowing outside, it's raining, whatever the hell it's doing right now. I've been fighting for this for a long time. All I've wanted to do since I was 19 years old is be strong. I'm almost 35. Between physical disabilities, which I don't discuss in this video, not realizing until I was 30 that I had asthma, technique problems, scoliosis, you name it. If you follow me on Instagram, because I'm busier on Instagram than I am on YouTube, I always talk about never giving up. I just keep on going. But you have to have a plan. And that's something I learned over time, is that you have to have a plan. Because if you could just shoot at something, but if you don't know how you're going to shoot at it, you're just going to be missing all the time, you know? Step one was with the finding out that I have sports-induced asthma. All right. Well, I really wanted to do this in my home gym back on Staten Island, Powerhouse Gym, but due to the weather, the roads aren't the safest out there, so I'm doing this in my current gym, but I'm wearing my old Powerhouse Staten Island t-shirt for my buddies. This doesn't mean it's over. This means I will be back, and I'll be even stronger. And I'm dedicating this to them, and I wanted originally to do this there because they knew me when I could barely pull 265. And that was back in 2015, before I left to go to New Jersey. This goes to everybody that's ever been a mentor to me in physical fitness, from my college days to Bally Total Fitness to now. Even those in my current gym. This goes out to all of them. Spam calls. This is for you guys. Actually, the last time any of them really saw me train was 2016. I did a 340-pound deadlift not too long after my first competition, in which I did 360, and this one older gentleman was observing me and talking to somebody else. I thought he was saying, I knew he was saying something about me, but I didn't know what. And he said to me, "Oh, I was telling him that the last time you were here and I saw you, you couldn't lift that weight." So this was going to be another step of progress. It should have been done a year ago, but this wrist injury screwed up everything. But determination, coming up with a plan, something that works best for my schedule and my body, because I am in my mid-30s now, as opposed to a lot of you younger guys watching this that are in their 20s. So I'm going to get going now. I'm going to start foam rolling, and then I'm off to the promised land. Here we go. As you see, I'm warming up with back extensions with a resistance band. I just did my first set, just body weight. What I do now, since I have relatively heavy for me weight, I start off with body weight. I'm going to do one set of half of my desired weight. My desired weight is 62.5 pounds. I keep it all incremental. I don't want to stall or hurt myself. So half of that's going to be 30 pounds, and then I'm going to do 75% after that, which is 45 pounds. And then after that, I'm going to do my desired weight for one set of 10. And then on to the deadlifts. One or two more tips before I do my final set. When I do back extensions, I always make sure I squeeze my glutes. I don't use my back. Remember, you don't want to hyperextend anything, so me using my back would probably mean me moving my back farther up than necessary during the ascension. And since I'm using resistance band, I'm working on speed, as I said earlier in this video. In a minute or two, when I do my final set, maybe 3 minutes, give myself a bit of a rest. At the final rep, I'm gonna hold it at the bottom for a few seconds. And then I'm gonna come back up. I'm gonna hold it at the top for maybe 10-15 seconds. A tip I learned from Mike Stanlaw. The only guy I ever trusted with me as a personal trainer, and the owner of Stanlaw Fitness at Bayonne. There's a plug for you, Mikey. Now to stretch out my glutes a little bit and then on to the real work. Hey, so it is time that we begin with the warm-up portion of the deadlift. My first warm-up set is going to be a measly 155, which is 40% of my training max, and which I no longer remember what the hell that is, by the way. However, the warm-up set to start off with will be, if I could get a good shot of it here, is 155 pounds. I can't seem to get a good shot of it, but there it is. We're going to be doing 155, 195, 235, and then it's going to go much higher from there after like a good 3-5 minute break. I'm going to film all these. What you missed was I did my glutes to a lacrosse ball to warm up even more, to loosen my lower back, and then I did some band pull-aparts. And you might see me do more of that in between the sets. Each warm-up is going to be a set of 5. Alright, I'm going to get to my first working set of 320 pounds. After that, it's going to be 360 and then 340 after some rest. I'm being photobombed by my boy Rich. Smile for YouTube, Rich. You can follow him on Instagram. He's 50 and he's old, but he's fucking strong. He's still old, but he's strong. He's still an old fuck. But anyway, what I never mentioned was I'm doing 531, beyond 531. So 400, by the way, is not my 1 rep max. It is 435, but I've never hit 400 before. And I'm doing a full body version, which I discussed in my last video, which is that I'm doing full body training. So again, 320, 360, 400. Let's do this.
What's up, man? Hey, what's up, brother? You got 405 for a double easy. Thank you. Yeah. Make sure you rest up on this. Oh, I am.
In case you didn't hear him, he said I have 245 in me for 2, which is awesome. But I'm only going for 400. It's gonna be my last set. I'm excited. I can't believe it's happening. I'm gonna use a little crossball. My glutes will war, stretch some more, relax a bit.
Wait a minute, what are you gonna do? 405?
400.
Oh, 400. Got it.
Just 400.
That's good. That's fine.
It's better than expected. And there it is.
There, after this one. Whoop. Do a blasting nose torque. In a moment. Big one, man. Oh, I got this. I'm gonna chalk my hands really quick. Chalk them up. You got at least a double in you. You got a double in you. I know. Take a double? I know you got a double in you. I'm gonna deny that and do a triple. How's that? Triple sounds good. Down, Dan Green style. Just be patient, keep pulling, don't hitch. Trust the form, trust the technique. Stay tight, keep pulling. Stay tight, keep pulling. Hips down. Big bear, tight. You got one more in you. Big breath. Tight. Keep pulling. Don't stop. Hips. Push your hips in. Ah! Nice. Ah! Nice. Fuck. Good job. Woo! did it. You did it for a triple.
A triple, I told you. Oh, fuck. A triple.
A triple. Tell them. Tell the people. That's two.
Man, he did it. He did it.
A fucking triple.
Whew. I have no words right now. I'll get to you later. Good afternoon. It is 1:39 on Sunday, February 17th. 5 days removed from the deadlift that I never thought I'd ever hit. I wanted to do this a few days ago. I wanted to do this the night of the deadlift, but my central nervous system was shot when I got home, and all I wanted to do was eat and sleep. Then came Valentine's Day a few days later, and what happened to me on Valentine's Day? I got sick. I got sick with a fever and a nice little nasty cough you might hear, and that's why I'm sounding so strange right now, if I do sound strange at all to you. So some final thoughts about that 400-pound deadlift. One of the reasons why I like independent gyms opposed to chain gyms, and I'm not necessarily putting chain gyms down, but in a more intimate setting, you'll find a support system. Depending on your goals, you will find a support system that has your back. Even if it's just one person, they have your back. That friend of mine, you saw there, Rich, he had my back. He was there. He watched me. He made sure that I used my hips. He made sure I kept straight. He made sure that I kept proper form. He made sure I didn't get hurt. And that's what good friends and that's what good lifting partners do. They look out for each other. Number two, as I said before, I dedicate this to Mike and everybody over at my home gym, Powerhouse. Never forget where you came from. I didn't. Hence why I wore that shirt. Other than that, that was a dream come true. I didn't think I was going to hit a triple, but when Rich said, I think he got a double, I was like, watch this. I'm going to hit a triple. There's that cough. I think one of the reasons why I got to where I am now is because of training with back extensions as a prehab move to avoid injury to my lower back, to strengthen my hamstrings, to strengthen my lower back, to strengthen my glutes. Because one thing you might, if you don't understand this, the one thing that the two most important muscles in powerlifting really are your glutes and your hamstrings. You need that posterior chain, and you need that leg drive when you're squatting. You need that when you're doing bench press. Yes, you do. And you definitely need it when you deadlift. Even though it's not considered one of the big three, leg drive and keeping your glutes tight and keeping your lower back nice and strong and keeping your hamstrings tight are even as important when you do an overhead press. So that's where we are with that. I also believe that training for hypertrophy and training every body part constantly had a large part in this. My quads have gotten extremely thick in the last several months because not only am I squatting, but I'm doing leg presses and I'm doing 20 rep squats as well. The only time I'm not doing a direct leg exercise is on the days I deadlift. But strong quads or really muscular quads are very good if you're doing a conventional deadlift like I am. So yeah, I'm sick right now, and I don't know that I'm even going to be able to start off my 4th week of my Beyond 531 cycle. For those of you who don't know, Beyond 531, and unlike the original 531 template, is a 6-week cycle. So there's no 3 weeks and then deload and then you start over again. 6 weeks so you could keep progressing a little bit more. Then you take a week off, or deload rather. So what I might do is, depending on how I feel tomorrow, because I have a week off, I might just take the week off to recover. Then I'll just go right back to week 4, if you will, or just start it over again. My next goal is 410 pounds. My 1 rep max, as I said in the video, is 435, but the one thing about Beyond 531 or any 531 program is it's all about baby steps. Small accomplishments are what make the bigger accomplishments that much more important, that much more special. And that was a big one for me. I was excited when I knew when I found out that my 1 rep max was going to be 435, that eventually I was going to hit 400. But honestly, for other reasons, 400 to me was far more important than 435 can ever be. I like to take this time now, because I don't want to strain my voice anymore, to thank you for watching this video. I hope it inspires you. I hope it inspires you to follow your dreams and never give up on your goals. I am a certified personal trainer. If you're interested in getting as strong as you can possibly get, drop me a line. There are links below in the description box. I hope to hear from you, and I hope to make another video real soon. Never give up.